47 Weeks, Life and Learnings of a Dietetic Intern. Hey, welcome back to 47 Weeks. It's week 12. I'm officially a quarter way done the internship. I completed my second week at the Dartmouth General Hospital. This week's been somewhat different than last week. So remember how I said the internship wasn't that hard and that I didn't have a lot of stuff to do at home that much? Yeah, all that's changed. My preceptor and I went over where I'm supposed to be. The second rotation, I didn't know that there were certain competencies that I still hadn't reached that I was supposed to. I kind of had a freak out. Yeah, it was not my best week. That being said, my preceptor and I talked about it and she assured me that it happens all the time. So it shouldn't reflect on my learning ability if certain things weren't covered or certain patients weren't seen. It was a little bit of a slap in the face, I guess. Just a reminder that no, you need to make sure you're studying almost every day, just kind of reviewing so things are kind of more fresh and happen more quickly when you talk. Sometimes I'd be asked what I would do in the situation and I'd kind of need a little bit of time to think, but I guess I should have known what to do right away. So it just that's a lot of pressure, especially when apparently my next rotation is going to be even harder. So this week I did a lot of chart reviews, more nutrition consults, some diet histories, diet education. I even actually had a full day to kind of review charts and review some medications that I might not be familiar with. That was really helpful and it helped me stop freaking out. Did a couple modified barium swallowing assessments. And I actually forgot to tell you 2 cool things that I did last week. On Tuesday I shadowed the dietetic technician there and I signed off on my diet tech competencies. It was really cool performing the nutrition risk screenings on some individuals. I also went to another nutrition focused physical assessment seminar. I went to one in October, but this time it was on micronutrient deficiencies, not just general malnutrition and protein wasting. They talked about different physical ways that you can tell if somebody is deficient in a certain nutrient by looking at their nails or their hair or their lips. And we played Dietitian Feud. That was really fun. We split into teams and afterwards there was kind of a mini quiz with chocolate bar rewards. Bet you expected something healthy, didn't you? No, we like to have fun. The last thing I did this week, I actually did an enteral feed. So I did the calculation for it and that was my first one so far because I didn't get a chance in my last clinical. It felt good. I was happy that I actually knew how to do that without having to study it. So I've started getting neck pain, mostly from standing every day and then going like this when you're looking down and reading the charts. So I've been having to get my boyfriend to massage me a little more. Tough life. But seriously, in the long term, that's something you need to consider if that's going to be your career. You should make sure that you try to take precautions and minimize the strain on your neck. So just a heads up. This weekend's not going to be crazy. I'm going to be working on my case study and studying, which is literally what I've been doing every day after the internship. But I can mostly only work for another 3 hours. Doesn't mean that I can work until 11, but it's really hard after a full day. I'm also going to another intern potluck. This time we're going to do a Secret Santa and everyone's bringing some kind of Christmassy dish. It would have already happened by the time you see this, so I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. That's what I'm gonna put underneath the tree. My learnings for the week. I learned that a lot of people, most people that come in have 1, anxiety, 2, COPD, or 3, pneumonia. It's really scary how common these conditions are. As a future dietitian, it's hard because there's not that much you can do to relieve symptoms of COPD. You can just help them manage it. And it's such a... I imagine if I had difficulty breathing, it'd be really scary. I've been learning a lot about medications. Definitely something I wish I learned more of in school. So I have this long list of medications. Each time I cross one that I don't know, look it up, I write it down. So during the Christmas break, I have to kind of make a big organized list and kind of like a cheat sheet to help me study the medications. because you have to know the nutritional applications. If somebody's gonna increase their appetite with a certain med, if somebody's gonna decrease their appetite, if a medication is going to put you at risk for a certain deficiency, if it's going to give you diarrhea, constipation. So you kind of have to take that into consideration when making your diagnosis. But that's really hard because they all have similar names and they all sound the same, and there's a brand name and a generic name, and you have to make one hell of a cheat sheet. And my last learning, I wouldn't even call this a learning, it's more of a perspective life change. Kind of a big deal. So I was always the type of person that was clinical, go, 100%. I want to be in a hospital, want to be in acute care, let's do it. I don't know if that's the same anymore. It's nothing to do with Dartmouth General. It's just more so, I was in a subacute setting before, and a lot of the people, they were there, they were getting better. They were aiming to leave and recover and hopefully lead a long life. But a lot of the people in acute care, they're really sick and they're not going to get better. And it's really hard being there every day knowing that you're not making that much of a difference in their life with your prescription or whatever it is you do for them. And a part of me wants to be somewhere where I could have more of an influence to make change and help people make changes before they're that sick in the first place. I really get why people say that about clinical sometimes, and that's why some of the interns haven't liked it in the past. Still really like it, but now I'm actually not 100% sure in what type of setting I want to work. It's very interesting. Well, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Next week is my last week of my second clinical rotation, so hopefully I have enough time to study and memorize some more medications so I can meet some competencies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Sustain your body, sustain your life.